I'm going next to Sadiq, who's calling from Ilford. Good evening, Sadiq.
Good evening, Nigel. Nigel, just a few minutes ago, and nothing new for you, to be honest, perfectly honest, is you told an absolute blatant whopper.
Oh, gosh. I'm looking forward to this. Right, what did I do?
Yeah. You said Saudi Arabia have taken not a single refugee from Syria. And the Gulf states haven't. And when in fact just a cursory bit of research will tell you that they've taken over 2 million
from where?
Refugees from Syria around there. And
when?
The fact is that they don't call them refugees, Nigel.
Right.
They call them citizens in Saudi Arabia, so to not make them feel inferior. So, and you know that for a fact, Nigel, whatever. But you keep telling these whopping lies because your audience laps it up.
So it really is utterly fascinating because you are.
And it's just like your bus. It's just like your, your queue. Getting into the country during the referendum that you used.
Absolutely.
And you used all those brown faces and whatever, have you? So, Nigel...
Well, what should I have done?
Your audience will lap it up.
What should I have ddone? Should I have pretended that wasn't happening? Should I have ignored it? I mean, what I was talking about...
Well, address the lie first, Nigel. Address the lie first.
Sadiq,
lie first.
I am not aware.
Just a cursory.
They have not taken. They have not taken. I know, and you'd find out, Sadiq, that actually the Saudi Arabian regime have said we are not taking any refugees from
Nigel,
Syria.
They don't call them refugees. That's the difference, Nigel.
And the same goes. The same goes for half.
Nigel,
and the same goes.
Nigel, address
no lie at all. They've taken not a single refugee. And back to your point.
Well, to the audience, please go and do your research because Nigel is lying once more.
Oh, I've been saying this now. I've been saying this for a long, long time, and I think I'm right and you're wrong, but it's been great fun, Sadiq. And let me just answer the last point you made. You know, that poster showing the madness that was happening in Europe as a result of the failed policies of Juncker and Merkel is exactly...
Brown faces, Nigel.
Well, I could have whitened them out, couldn't I? So are you suggesting that I change the colour of people's faces? Is that really what you're suggesting?
Well, Nigel, you see what it is.
You don't like the truth, do you? You don't like the truth. You don't like the truth, do you? The fact is, the fact is.
So your lie about Saudi Arabia. So your lie about Saudi Arabia and the Gulf states.
So tell me, what is your source for this? What is your source for this?
Sorry.
What is your source for this?
Just do a cursory search on research. And the Saudi Arabian Saudi Arabian ambassador himself made the speech.
I think this is fake. I think this is fake news, Sadiq. But
it's
been fun.
Nigel, your middle name is fake. Your middle name is fake.
Well, I tell you what. I've been getting away with it for a long time then, haven't I? I must be quite good at it, really, mustn't I? Sadiq, thank you for that charming, fascinating, factual call. The Saudi Arabian Independent, in September 2016, said that Saudi Arabia has issued residency permits for 100,000 Syrians, though it has not formally accepted anyone actually classed as a refugee. So, to begin with, Sadiq, I don't know where you got your figure of 2 million from. I mean, that was fake news. But the important thing is, clearly, they've taken 100,000 middle-class people who've got lots of money, who've gone in to Saudi Arabia, are able to buy properties, etc. They haven't taken anyone poor. They haven't taken anyone that's cold or is suffering. I asked Mehdi in Tower Hamlets whether the Swedish Prime Minister has got this right and whether this U-turn is sincere.
Hi, Nigel. I think Swedish Prime Minister got it absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
Purely because this is what the terrorists want. And just like terrorists, this is what people like you, who peddle racism in the society, want as well.
Do I?
You support... Yes, you do. You support a nasty Marine Le Pen. You think she's nasty.
I've been neutral. I've been absolutely neutral on the subject.
You do support her.
Do I? Well, why? Well, this is interesting, isn't it? So I don't sit with the Front National in the European Parliament. I haven't for the last 18 years. I know Marine Le Pen because we're both MEPs in the same Parliament, but I'm not an overt public supporter of hers. Not that I'm aware of, Mehdi. I mean, you're telling me things I don't know.
Well, he did say on this radio station about Marine Le Pen. It'd be fantastic that she win in France.
I didn't say that, but I did say I did say you'd be a fool if you said she couldn't win in France. And that I did say, and I have said, Mehdi, to be fair, I have said that she's a marked improvement upon her father, and she's taken the party in a much more satisfactory direction.
She's a racist, Nigel.
Is she?
Still a racist.
Why is she
That party is a racist party.
What? Tell me. Explain to me. Explain to all the people listening. Why is she a racist? Explain it to us.
Why do you think she is? Does she hate Muslims?
No, actually, if you listen, I interviewed her for this show, and it was played a couple of weeks ago, and I was very specific, very specific, and go to lbc.co.uk, and you can see that interview, you can listen to that interview, Mehdi, or anybody else that's interested. I asked her very much about this, and there is a prominent politician in Europe, in the form of Geert Wilders in the Netherlands, who wants to go to war against the entire religion of Islam. He wants the mosques bulldozed, he wants the Quran banned in the Netherlands, and he wants the religion to be outlawed. And I have to say, Mehdi, I find that unacceptable and crazy and a plan that will never work. That is not what Marine Le Pen is saying, and I really don't see how this charge, I mean, her father, you could make the charge, is racist. He said some things that clearly, overtly are. I honestly don't think you've given me one reason to think that Marine Le Pen is racist.
Well, is she not? Is she against burqa? Does she think that Quran is a barbaric? Does she think that?
Well, I mean, she has not opined heavily on it, but she's worried about some of the latter parts of the Quran, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm not. Do you know why? Because if you look at the Muslims, I'm a Muslim myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
A tiny minority of Muslims are doing what they're doing. You're labeling them as a Muslim terrorist because what you really want people to believe that Islam is at fault. But whereas if they're terrorists, they don't belong to a religion, Nigel.
Well, the trouble with this argument, Mehdi, the trouble with this argument is this, that there are lots of people like you who say, not in my name, this is not what the religion of Islam is all about. The trouble is the people who are doing the awful things believe themselves that they are doing it in the name of Islam. And I agree with you. It may be a tiny percentage, but goodness me, look at the problems that it's causing, right across Europe. I mean, we've almost got to the point, Mehdi, where a terrorist atrocity is just a sort of everyday part of life that we hear on the news from somewhere in Europe, and we almost expect it to happen.
But it's not terrorism. It's not the religion, though. It has nothing to do with religion. Have you ever called an IRA Christian terrorist? Have you condemned what's going on in Burma? Have you ever condemned?
Yes, I think it's absolutely dreadful, and I'm very, very surprised that Aung San Suu Kyi doesn't say more about it. Mehdi, I'm sorry, I know you want to have a real punch-up with me over this, and you want to call me racist and Le Pen racist, and you want to accuse us of wanting to wipe out the faith. We don't, but we do want to get tough with the terrorists, and we do want deeper integration. But I thank you for your call.